Alright, so I'm doing this as an accountability video for myself. Once again, so I've done a good amount of videos like this in the past where I've lost weight, gained weight, lost weight, right? And we go through these phases at times. It's easy to get down on ourselves because we're so focused on getting to a certain result, right? And a lot of times when we're trying to figure out what that result is, we get lost. And we get lost because there's times when we're younger where we can focus on that external validation to get to a certain result. Hey, I want to lose this. I want to be able to get this type of abs, that type of abs, or I want to be able to be slim, or I want to be able to get muscle. And a lot of times it's because of how we want to appear to our peers. And for myself, I remember when I was younger, I used to struggle a whole lot because a lot of spaces I was in, I wasn't validated. And the person that I felt that I had to become was based on my environments or based on the people that I was around, because of how they looked or because of what I perceived that people, because of what I perceived the energy that people gave them based on how they looked or whatever it was. And this was like when I was a kid, and a lot of times as far as from my experiences of how I was able to maneuver through life and things like that, I've been able to learn a lot of things along the way. So saying all that to say, like, as far as for like a weight journey in general, like, look at myself. I'm a person where I got like a nice amount of fat, nice amount of muscle on me, right? But at this point where I'm at right now, like, I actually really like the person and love the person that I am. There's like a lot of body transformation that I want to do, but it's funny because when I was younger though, like I would have, say for instance, like, let's make myself slim right now. When I was younger, I'd be like this and have like a little bit of weight. But then I felt so insecure, right? And then now, I have a little bit more of a pudge, you know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit bloated from eating a couple of days ago, but I fasted throughout the whole day. But now it's like I'm able to even embrace this. But I know for myself, there is a level that I've been to before and that I can get to where I can't do this, right? I shouldn't want to have to just feel accustomed to this because I know what I'm capable of. But am I beating myself up? Do I feel terrible because of where I'm at? No. Like, look, my posture together too. I feel like I look good right here, right? But a lot of times as well too, when we think about for ourselves how we want to appear and what that looks like for us, we've got to do it for ourselves. The muscle and stuff that I have now, I didn't have muscle like this when I was younger, right? I was always like a slim kid. People were bigger than me, were stronger. I was always able to hold my own weight, but in the way that I was moving around, it was just a lot more difficult for me because of just my frame. And so this is the video just to show like where I'm starting off at. And listen, I've done videos like this before. Like in college, I lost, I think it was like 17 or 20 pounds pretty quick fasting. You see me do the snake diet and stuff before like that. And so this is just another video of me just getting back into that zone, right? And I'm just feeling it. Something in my energy has me feeling it. But another reason too why I'm making a video like this and showing my progress is because in addition to losing this weight, something I've been able to work on up until this time is my posture. So before, a lot of times I was hunched over like this. So when you're hunched over, it's gonna put like a lot more weight on you, right? But when you're actually all together like this, look how much more firm your body looks, and look as far as the muscle, the definition that you have, right? Look at that. Versus like this, if you're walking around like this all day, you're gonna be slouched over. You're gonna feel more bloated as well because it's gonna push your body out. The chest and everything's flowing down. But when you're actually sitting up tall, that posture's together, yeah, you got some weight on you, but you actually have a firm build. You see that muscle there? The way you move around is just a lot more firm. And so for myself, getting back into this content zone, I really want to focus on putting more things out there again. Also just being able to continue just to be my best self, but continue showing other people the ups and downs or whatever you may call it. So I did a video last week, kind of similar to this, and I was like, oh, let me get started, boom, boom, and I did. And even times as far as like fluctuating when it comes to eating or whatever, like these are things that people should be able to see. And I just kind of got sidetracked, just didn't have the best week. So I'm like, okay, let me get back to it. And so I've been still recording like my weight for different days, recording how I looked. But for me as an individual, it's crazy. Even when I have more weight on me in a sense, at the age I'm at now, I feel so much better, and I'm more happier with myself, and I love myself more than I did when I was younger. But also, it's been a process of really growing and developing myself during my 20s, right? So, when I was younger, you know, 14, 15, to going into to being 20, my process of life, I had to undo a lot of things, unlearn a lot of things, and so the way in which I've been able to learn this concept of life was different than the average person in regards to growing up as an only child, all those different types of things. And so there was a lot of insecurities that I had growing up because of what I didn't know, and then also the spaces I was in, or being left out of certain things. There just wasn't a way for me to really understand that what I was thinking mentally and where I was at was okay. And so now I'm even telling myself that, like, look, as far as the frame that I have, I've gotten compliments from women a lot of times. I haven't come across a woman that I've been intimate with or whatever in my life that was like, hey, DeMarcus, oh my God, you look crazy out of shape, like, ew. Like, no, women actually really love this. Now, for myself, is this where I fully want to be? No. But because of the frame, because of how I carry myself, and just because of how it looks, women like a stronger man. They like a more built man. And so for me, it's like, even understanding those type of validations over time, I'm like, based on what society tells you and whatever, that's far from the truth of what I've experienced. Now, again, with anything, whether you're getting validation, whether you're getting compliments or whatever, you have to understand for yourself what that means and what that looks like. And so just because people are giving that to you, if you're not necessarily getting results and things that you want, you got to be able to adjust yourself. But for me, said facial hair has come in, keloids and stuff have slimmed down. Even when it comes to just my skin and everything, these are things that I had even more insecurities about. But when I learned that who I was as an individual and the authenticity that came with that, I realized that more people wanted this type of energy and they wanted to be like that. So you're probably like, where's he going with this? Yes, it's showing you all in regards to the process of the weight loss that I'm about to go through and continual growth in regards to my journey, but also showing you that to appreciate yourself and love the person that you are along the journey. If there's things that you don't love about yourself, adjust those different things, but don't let other people, just because of what they've gotten to, because of societal norms that people stand by, don't let those things shift you away from where you are, because you can have a lot of progress, right? But people may not show you the type of love that you should be able to receive with that progress. I'm a person, listen, I've lost 47 pounds before, but it wasn't at the extent to where people were showing love, because I didn't look like the way that people felt that I should when I lost that 47 pounds. When other people was losing even a little bit more, but then they got super, super skinny, I lost 47, close to 50 pounds, but I didn't get the same type of love as other people that may have done that, right? But in my head, I've got to know and I've got to feel comfortable with who I am, because I was still in the 200s. The lowest I got to was like 223. But even if that 223, I didn't have the muscle that I have now. And also, too, I didn't even feel as confident as I did now. But it's the mindset of you knowing who you are and where you're getting to and what your goals are. Because a lot of times, so many people out there that will validate others, or that will say, oh, you look good based on this, and that. It's because of sometimes their own insecurities, and because them following society so much. But when I think about even my shape now, I guarantee there's a lot of people that I can outrun when it comes to cardio. I know family and friends, people can't keep up with me the way that I move on the elliptical and everything. Even when it comes to lifting, I'm so much more stronger than a lot of people that I know. But in reality, you got to keep that consistency going. You got to keep pushing in those ways and doing things like these videos to show people that you're not afraid to put yourself out there and what you stand on and those principles and things that you align with and stand on. So for me, at the end of the day, it's like I went through this process multiple times, hammer, lose weight, boom, 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 but where I have lost weight and you gained it back, lose it, whatever, but it's the point of continuing to build that person that you are in the meantime, because a lot of people, they focus so much on this, but they don't build this. They don't build this, the inside. And they've done so many things to get approved by other people that the only thing they can stand on is their physical. You see women as well, men that do it, where they've gotten so many compliments, they've gotten so much validation for how they look, that who they are as an individual and how they feel as an individual, that never holds any weight anymore. And you could have some people that are slim, got abs, that And women that got the butts, the people that got strong legs or whatever, well, they're the most insecure because they've only been validated off of this. When in reality, this does nothing for the next person. Because at the end of the day, this can change, this can go, whatever. But who you are here and who you are on the inside, that'll never go. But it's also important that you do continue to make progress. But that progress has to be for yourself, and it has to be one to where you're being truthful to yourself and not living by ego. See, a lot of times, especially for men, we'll be so focused on the ego piece. And so it's like you're doing all these things, but are you truly doing it for yourself? Do you truly feel valued? Do you truly feel valuable? Do you feel valued? Do you feel as if this progress and these routes that you're taking, that is truly for you, right? And even when things fluctuate in your own sense, do you truly know where you're at and where you're trying to get to? Because at the same time, while people are validating you, if you're not mentally where you want to be, or you don't see any progress in yourself, it's not going to change anything. So I've said a lot. I want to keep doing more videos like this because I can talk for forever, but also too, I do provide a lot of depth, and a lot of people have given me comments over these years appreciating who I am and putting myself out there like that. So especially for YouTube, I want to be able to do this more. I feel like Instagram and Facebook, you're around the same types of people. You know, you may have people in your network or people that you grew up with, friends that you met in college and all that, to where people are saying the same thing. So the way in which people look at platforms and the way they support is just going to be a bit different. So I'm like, somewhere like YouTube, where I've shown skincare, I've shown my beats, all that other stuff. I want to continue to build that, but I want people to be able to see something like this, right? Because I know somebody out there struggling, even outside of the body, right? Somebody struggling with just understanding mentally how to be able to get through, because at times we struggle, especially with men, we struggle with being able to be vulnerable, being able to be open, but that's just because of certain environments that people are in. I'm blessed to be able to be in environments where I can be able to express myself. I can be in position. I've created spaces where I can be in positions like this, showing myself or however, and I won't get judged for it. You know, there's times where people try to tell me what they think is best for me based on how they feel, but I ignore that, and then also tell them to F off, because you are basing something off something that you don't even know. You're basing off what you think is good for me, but what about what's good for you? Work on you. Because end of the day, a lot of this stuff that we're focusing on is for outside validation. But if you can tell me about trying to lose weight and all this and that, but mentally on the inside you're struggling with feeling valued in yourself and validating your own self, there's not really much you can tell me with somebody that has emotional intelligence at a certain level and has worked on building his internal self. So that was a lot. This may be able to help somebody. I'll continue to make more videos like this along my journey, but want to continue to do the keloid videos and all that type of stuff. But hopefully this can help somebody. Like I said, y'all been able to see me for this amount of time with my shirt off. I'm saying, I'll show you my back and everything as well too. Like I said, we got a lot of work we got to do. But we've been working as well. Like I said, I'm fasting today. I may get some food here in a minute, but completed a fast. Contemplating hitting the gym, but I was able to get a nice little workout in during the week. So we just continue to move forward. But I notice as well that a lot of times it's about starting, and specifically when it comes to content and things like that, you can have all these ideas talking about your journey and all this and that, but it's about putting it on the line and just being able to showcase it. Because a lot of times with our journeys as well, it's cool to be able just to say a couple things, but you want to be able to look back at something. So even if it's journaling or whatever, you want to be able to resurface back to a point that you were, because you know where you're getting to, and you know the person that you're becoming. You want to love the person that you're becoming. So said a lot. Again, hopefully this is helpful for somebody, even if it gets one view or whatever. I know that down the line I'll be able to look back at a video like this and continue, not just be proud, continue, because I've been doing the work way back up until now, and then moving forward where I can be appreciative of and be happy with myself for it. So yeah.